Obama just showed up and convinced thousands that he's still president with what he snuck into the U.S. Ever since Donald Trump became president last November, liberals have been throwing a temper tantrum. These lunatics on the left are determined to make President Trump's administration a nightmare by undermining him every step of the way. Democratic leaders have called for a resistance against Trump and have praised the violent acts perpetrated by their insane followers. Of course, the unofficial leader of this resistance movement is no other but Barack Obama, who still fancies himself to be the president, and he just convinced thousands of others of the same thing. Barack Obama is like an annoying gnat that just does not go away no matter how often you swat at it. Just because we voted out this treasonous snake does not mean he would slither back under a rock like we all hoped he would. Obama is obviously not so keen on the fact that he is no longer president and is rather reluctant to give up his presidential power. For instance, during President Trump's first trip overseas, Obama made sure to pop up right where Trump was to steal the spotlight, which he can never do. Then again, when President Trump was at the G20 summit in Germany, Obama appeared in Jakarta apologizing to Muslims about religious tolerance. Obama called on the world to confront discrimination against people based on race or ethnicity or religion, so long as it only protected followers of Islam, not Christianity. Yeah, that does not seem like a person wanting to give up his role as president at all. And the only reason he was voted in, had he said he was a Muslim, he would have never been voted president, and especially at that time, he played like he was Christian, but in the Quran it says you can lie to achieve your goals, to the infidels. Not only is Obama reluctant to admit that he is no longer president, but so are many of his loyal followers. Many of these avid Obama followers are still in the White House leaking information in order to make President Trump look bad. Well, it looks like those Obama bots have struck again in a recent letter that was sent out to new American citizens. When a person becomes a United States citizen, it is customary for the new citizen to receive a letter signed by the current President of the United States. One new citizen's husband received such a letter and was surprised to see that it was not signed by President Trump, but by Barack Obama. Aisha Sultan shared the letter on Twitter, where it received numerous retweets. My British-born husband takes his oath of citizenship today in a packet for new Americans. The welcome letter from POTUS is from Obama. Here is more from the Huffington Post. Donald Trump may be in the White House, but in some welcome letters, it's still Barack Obama who's commander-in-chief. An administrative gaffe led to the distribution of some 200 congratulatory letters that identify Obama as the U.S. president to newly minted citizens, the Hill reported. Aisha Sultan, a columnist for St. Louis Post-Dispatch, shared a photo of her British-born husband's letter on Twitter Friday, raising attention to the error that was liked more than 169,000 times. We embrace you as a new citizen of our land, and we welcome you to the American family. Read the letter signed by Trump's predecessor. Sultan wasn't the only one finding amusement with the gaffe, as fellow Twitter users responded with an assortment of playful gifs and stories about their own family's experiences while becoming U.S. citizen. Will Consegera, Esquire, oh, so he's an attorney, maybe he still is president, and Ashton Kutcher, excuse me, is about to jump out and punk us all. I like Ashton Kutcher. Kelly Oxford, perfect pick. You think that's a perfect pick? Watch it. Had Trump done that, you know what kind of backlash we would have gotten? Look at that. And this is a very disturbing shot of what Obama does, and it's disgraceful, and it shows disrespect when he was speaking to Americans, and the idiots thought it was really cool, the Democratic idiots. Do you know how disrespectful that is? And the two fingers to keep quiet about, in other words, he's saying, you're going down. No, Obama, you are. The welcome letters are typically produced by the new administration and then distributed to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, which is a division of the Department of Homeland Security. USCIS Press Secretary Gillian Christen told The Hill. Christensen, or whatever her name is, called the release of the Obama administration's letter an oversight. Yeah, right, Kristen. That resulted in about 200 of the dated letters being distributed. This is not only that, I would even go as far as even just calling them incompetent. They're garbage. People who are working in the government. Trump has to clean it out and get people that really care about this country working. Not these people that are making these kinds of mistakes. And this was not a mistake. Maria Elena Upson, another USCIS spokeswoman, told Arizona Central last month that the agency had not yet received a welcome letter and video message from Trump, but that it's not unusual for the new administration to take several months to accomplish that task. Until that happens, she said, that new citizens don't receive either a congratulatory letter or video message. Of course, the left would cheer this sort of gaffe on instead of calling it what it is, unacceptable. President Trump has been in the White House for over 6 months now, and this letter has been sent out to 200 citizens according to the Office of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. There is no reason that this should not have been caught and rectified, by these pencil pushers in the government. Yeah, enough is enough with these Obama followers and their ridiculous resistance movement. It's time for them to get out of the way and let the adults get back to business. I mean, absolutely, I wasn't going to read the rest of this. Disturbing, to say the least. Disturbing. He should get rid of all of them in there, and get rid of them. That's it. They're a menace to this country. They're a menace. This is not a mistake. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.